Hello, it's Laura from the Yarn Closet in Southern Arizona. So I think my hair already needs a trim because I like it about here, not here, about here, but not down here. I don't know, or it could just be it's getting hotter and I don't like it as much because I don't like life when it's hot. Okay, we're going into the yarn closet. Let's flip the camera. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So I've been watching all the Cliff Tan. Do you remember last couple weeks ago? I was like, I need to change it around. So I was watching all the Cliff Tan I could, Mr. Feng Shui guy. I don't know that all my Feng Shui is right in here. Don't know it at all. But I did learn that the command position in an office is that the desk be by the window. So I took the little rug here and put it by the door to help minimize the stuff that gets tracked in. I have one of these in the house that's breaking, so that'll end up in the house as soon as the other one breaks. That'll end up in the house. This is the spare litter box. I don't know where else to put it. I might just put it under the desk over there. I don't know. But since I moved around some furniture, new sign. I don't need a sign. My husband got it for me. And so I'm not perfectly in love with this business. Yeah, I got to kind of shift that. It's not quite angled enough. I don't exactly love placement and everything, you know. But I think overall it's similar enough that it works. I can sit in my new little chair. I took the footstool that was too tall into the house and have that sitting by our little breakfast bar thing, dining room to the kitchen. Yeah, there's not a lot behind me, but a lot of people prefer that. I like being able to see out the window. The light is, of course, I'm legally blind. The light is, of course, better for me. I can sit in the comfy chair, and then I'm using that little box thing as a footstool instead of keeping it by the window for the cats or the dogs to sit on, because my cats and dogs will jump on this desk table. Now I have a very noisy fly in here. I do like it. I do like it. I understand the command position term now. I feel very like I am able to survey my surroundings. I feel very comfortable, not ungrounded. I moved the round rug so that a couple of the legs of this table desk were on it, but I'm not sure it's all perfect. If it could be better, that would be great, but you know, what do you do? Life is life. What is that? Is it just a fly? Yeah, get out, get out, get out, get out. Oh, you're going the wrong direction. You're going the wrong direction. Out, yeah, that's the window, honey. You can't actually get out that window. Did it get out? Or did it just stop moving? I don't know. Yeah, yes, out. Sorry. It was just gonna drive me to drink. So yeah, and then of course the light is not as good for podcasting. So what do you do there? Like I said, you can't have all perfection. And so now let's talk about yarn and stuff. I've not been super motivated to do the yarn and stuff. I've been marginally depressed all summer. my parents moved. I think they're happy. My daughter's coming back today. They've had her for a week since they moved in. So she's been helping. And so we'll have her for a week. And then we'll bring her back a week from Monday for another week. Have her for a weekend. Bring her back for another week because she's doing a theater camp in Tucson. I am making a start on this. It's slow going because, like I said, I'm having some issues with my neck and shoulder. It's very frustrating. Things I thought I was going to be able to be scheduled and doing with friends are just kind of not coming together. Things aren't coming together real well for my son. He was expecting a little more of a schedule for his other dad, and that's not panning out. He's having a lot of transitional anxiety right now, and I think it's just one of those periods of time where we just have to kind of ride it out. You know, life will be entirely different 3 months from now. And sometimes that's just the way life works. Things don't always happen as fast as you would like. And sometimes transitions take time. I am doing the basic pattern for a corner-to-corner dish towel with my yarn. Depending on how big this gets with my smaller skein of this alpaca mix stuff, and it's all washer dryer friendly, I may just skip the brown entirely. But if it's not going to be big enough, then I'm definitely going to use the brown. Because I never quite buy that this ends up being as dense as this. So I just don't know how it's going to go. But I'd like it to be at least baby-sized. We have one engagement that just happened. So knit one, knit front and back, and then knit across. So if you can do it, if you can keep your posture good, I've not been good with my posture this summer. I don't know what the deal is. It can knit up really fast, and do you see the little bit of a pattern? And that's what you do every single row. And then you get this little bit of an edging, like a border that's built right in. No, it's not the biggest border, but it's not gonna curl like stockinette. And there you have it. I mean, it's built in, it's done. It's good enough. Like, I'm going for good enough. Last year felt like very much just a year that we had to get through. And I feel, even though astrologically I'm supposed to have more excitement, I can honestly say I'm not feeling it. Some big things have to actually start to happen before I'm going to feel that. I'm depressed that after I can't deal with this prescription anymore, that I'm going to either have to get actually made readers or go to a different style that isn't reader, that has a different shape that I like better, but then makes it harder for me to, because the whole, although they'll be smaller, the whole thing will be reader. So I'll have to look above the glasses and look through the glasses. And that's just annoying. And I did that for many years, but I also took the glasses off a lot more. And to be at school doing a job, it's harder to do that. So that's a little depressing. I sent something to my ex for Father's Day already because I didn't realize this year was one of the 15th. Is it always around the 15th or sometimes it earlier? I forget. And I don't think we're going to do much of anything major. The oldest is coming next weekend, so there might not be a podcast. I'll post one because I'm a couple weeks ahead, but I might not actually do anything. Trying very hard to get lots of little projects, like reorganizing this room. There's a few other things that I need to get done. I'm trying to get some projects done and feel good about them. I am not loving the bed couch. I will tell you that is a frustration. If I could buy the $150 bedding, that would be great. Because I think that would help immensely. The mattress is not sitting very well on the frame, and it moves a lot at night. And just because the bedding that I have for it right now is just vastly too big, I think that's part of the problem. So then I've thought, well, do I just get smaller bedding and spend like half the $150, but it's still tucked up on two sides, so it's harder to make even with the right size bedding. That's why I'd like to get a Beddy, Beddy. They're these zip-on things, because that would just be the easiest and the tidiest and look the most couchy, I believe. It's just that I've got teenagers and the food expense has gone through the roof. So we're tightening in all other corners. And I've had to buy a lot of clothes for my daughter for summer and upcoming school year. Having to buy this vehicle has like not helped at all. But it was a necessity, so what do you do? I'm glad my parents have moved and that they're feeling comfortable about where they live now and safe. That's all I got. That's all I got, people. I don't got much. I don't really know what to do to make things better for my son. I'm trying to give him the month of June off, really off, and let him kind of set his own schedule and stuff. Then in July, we're going to start some Skillshare classes. He doesn't want to start college right away, even 1 or 2 classes. So we're going to do a semester of like Skillshare where he gets to pick stuff to be engaged in and do. And depending on how that goes, we could do that for a year, which is about $250 for the year, because it's about $20 a month. And it's those online kind of webinar course things. So it's entirely different. I don't know that that's going to have enough scheduliness to it. I don't know that it'll be enough. But we're going to start it because it's the cheapest option to start something and see if that helps engage him. After that, there's a couple of schools that I've found that do 2-year programs in creative writing, which is what he wants to get a degree in. And we may just jump all into that come 2026, or the 2026-2027 school year. It'll all depend. It'll depend on how things pan out. Astrologically, May is often the jumping off point for the new year, astrologically. So I'm really interested to see how things do change over June and July. And if we do get a new little push of energy and such. I'll say that it's not fun to not have my daughter here, because I have shit tons of energy to put into life and nobody to put it into life with. So she's the closest thing I have to that, and I'm still just stuck at home. But I will have some painting to do, which will kill my neck and shoulder in June. And I'm going to try to really do it slow. I don't know why I'm still the one doing that. I get that people don't like doing certain things. But when you have a don't like versus a really I can't do, doesn't that trump it? Like, no offense, I am going to be 54 in September. I can't wait for 65, because by then, if I can't occasionally use the damn blind card, I'm going to be pissed. I'm so sick and tired of having to continually function as if everything is fine when it's not, and do things that are so incredibly difficult and exhausting, only to be met with anger and agitation when I comment on it. Like, I'm so over that. And I'm just looking forward to the end of July when school starts again, and then we get into the pace of school, because at least for two of us, school is exhausting. And it just gets you through the time. It's really hard to be the only one leading the charge all the time. All the time. All right, we'll see you next week. Hopefully, I will get further along, maybe be in the second color. And we'll flip over into June. So the energy is coming. I know it is. I know it is. Look with your heart first, people, not your eyes. Talk to you next week.